Hello, and welcome to another episode.
Hello, and we'll do ASMR. Hello, welcome to Are We Having Fun podcast. I'm your host. We're drinking mezcal. All right, welcome to Are We Having Fun pod. We're your hosts. I'm Steph.
And I'm Kaehla.
Switched it up this week.
Ooh, I like when you take the lead, mommy.
Alrighty, and finish us off.
And we're just coping through life the only way we know how, by having fun one adventure and a cocktail at a time. I realize we're not always talking about trips, although we are going to be talking about trips this episode, but we're always having an adventure.
Yeah, that's probably the better thing. We're doing adventures.
Yeah, we're so adventurous. Self-proclaimed adventurer here. Super big news. I will be in Orlando, so we won't be recording remotely. We will be recording together. And we are officially coming on our first month of podcasting. So if you are in the Orlando area, please let us know if you want to join in the celebration, because we want to host a little live get-together for everybody to celebrate this milestone in our lives.
Woo!
And so just DM us or tell us in person, whatever. We want to see you, definitely.
Yeah, so this time next week, we'll be recording in person, Kaehla and Steph together. So that'll be fun. Back to the original episode, back to our roots.
Can we show the drink of the day?
Yes.
Because you did a way better job. If you're on the video.
Well, okay, so this is how it's supposed to look. Kaehla's, I don't know what that is, sewage water, whatever. We're going to look at this one, this nice, pretty pink one.
So today we made a mezcal
paloma. So basically, it's 1.5 ounces of mezcal, your choice, with a squeeze of lime juice, a squeeze of simple syrup to sweeten it up, and then you top it off. You can either do fresh grapefruit juice, or I did a grapefruit soda. So that's super good with a tahini rim. So it's kind of like a spicy, salty, sweet type of thing.
I need to get tahini from Florida and bring it up. Oh my god, and I can put it on my mangoes. Oh, finally ate mangoes.
And watermelon.
I heard tahini in Minnesota.
Yeah, they sell it at like Publix here. You can probably buy it at like.
Someone prove me wrong. I want tahini. Oh my gosh, to eat on some mangoes.
Anybody from Minnesota listening? Mangoes with tahini. Oh my gosh.
Shout out to the good.
Shout out mangoes. So what does this drink remind you of, Kaehla? Do you have like any? Well, you don't really drink mezcal, but have you had like a paloma or like a tequila drink that like brings you back somewhere?
Paloma is my favorite drink for vacation. Okay,
big grapefruit gal.
I'm a huge grapefruit gal. Always been, always will be. Maybe it's the citrus from Central Florida.
Delish.
The first time I remember ordering a paloma was actually when I met the most interesting man, the Dos Equis guy. And he came to Florida, and one of our friends worked with him, and then I went out to dinner with them, and everyone.
Wait, with that guy? With the guy from the commercial?
Yeah.
And did you get a picture?
Yeah. I have a
Please
picture.
upload that.
Yeah, it's somewhere buried in my Instagram. But I was like, "What's a paloma? Oh my god, favorite drink, yes!" And it's because he was repping tequila. So, I mean, mezcal tequila comes from none other than probably one of our favorite countries, Mexico. We've had how many trips there now? Like at least 2.
I've done 2. Yeah. It's about to be a 3rd because my sister wants me to go to Mexico in like a week and a half. So we'll see.
What?
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to work out, but we'll see. Hopefully. Yeah, right?
I don't think I'm busy next week.
I love Mexico. Actually, I just went out to lunch with my boyfriend, which is why, hence I'm on my 3rd drink. We went out to a Mexican restaurant and we were just talking about Mexico for a while. And I was like, dude, they have like the best culture, the best food, the best people.
Oh my God.
I
I
don't
saw
know.
that chimichanga
I'm in love
you
with
were eating.
Mexico.
I'm in love with
It was
chimichangas.
so good. It looked like a dumpling. It was like a pot with like a twisted top on it. I don't even know. I've never seen one like that.
I don't know. Orlando know how
Orlando know how.
Orlando know
Orlando
how to
know
do
how.
food. Orlando they know. Blip. This is going to be a long ass podcast.
Obviously, they know their
presentation. Yeah, but just like
I don't even give a shit about the presentation as long as the food tastes good.
True. So
Personally.
So speaking of Mexico, we can't forget about this legendary cruise we took to Cozumel, Mexico. Honestly, I don't remember much of the trip.
It was 2016 because it was the year that we moved out together.
Oh, yeah.
So this is what happened. We had just moved in downtown, Kaehla and I, when we were roommates. And we moved in oh, wait, no. What year was that? That was 2015. Yeah, okay. So we moved in October of 2015, but the cruise was March of 2016.
Yep.
So it was like a couple months after we had roommates. And Kaehla had a boyfriend. We'll call Jeff.
And he had a friend we'll call Melvin. These are great names. Really, there's no like bad blood or anything. We didn't want to have to ask for permission to use them in this podcast. So
yeah. So
Jeff and
Melvin. Jeff and Melvin, they're friends. Kaehla, me, and I feel like there was somebody else there.
My whole family.
No, it's just your family. Yeah, it was just your family.
There's
but I feel
like
there was
6
somebody
of us
that hung out with us. Yeah, okay, whatever. But basically, we went on this cruise, and it was a complete beautiful shit show. A beautiful shit show.
A beautiful disaster.
So much stuff happened, but we look back on it to this day, and we're just like, I'm crying right now. Like, I literally have a tear in my eye because I'm just like, those memories are priceless.
Okay, so let's go back in time to this date, March 2016. Let's see if we can even remember everything. And mind you,
well,
Stephanie and I turned 21 together, okay? Like, we're only a few weeks apart.
Oh my gosh, we had just turned 21. Because I was in January, you were in February, and this cruise is in March.
We had just turned 21.
No wonder.
Yeah. So, and we lived downtown. So our favorite pastime was stumbling to and from the bars. And so this cruise package we got included unlimited drinks. Actually, so there was a cap. It was 15 alcoholic drinks, guys. I mean, you could use it on Coke and stuff too, but we were like, no, why would we?
And if you know, like, some drinks obviously have like less alcohol than others, and you kind of know that, like the frozen drinks and whatnot. But if you want to get some sort of way, and we wanted to get some sort of way, we knew which drinks to order.
Those drinks were not, what do you call that again? Weak.
Yeah.
They were not weak.
We were weak, not the drinks.
No, we are certified Alka athletes. Is that a word? I think I just made that up. We were athletic, and we had a mission where we needed to reach this limit because then we win. Then we win the game of the cruise.
So start off what happened with the trip. So we got all our stuff. We're boarding the ship.
I don't remember.
Okay, so Kaehla doesn't remember. I remember we boarded the ship, and all of us, like Jeff, Melvin, Kaehla, me, her mom, her dad, all of us went straight to the bar.
Oh, yeah.
We literally went straight to the bar that was right there, grabbed a drink before we even went to our room to drop off all our stuff.
We were on the pool deck, and there was just like, as soon as you get on a cruise ship, there's just the greatest music.
Vibe, the atmosphere.
And so we're just on the deck, like, drinking our first drink, like, hey, let's hit our limit for today. It's the first day.
It's 4 p.m. We can make it happen.
We wave goodbye. Like, we're sipping our drinks. We're dancing. That was a good start to the cruise. When did it escalate, Stephanie?
We have to consult the, what is that thing called? The underwater camera, GoPro. And so obviously the four of us, we're all freshly 21. We're down to have a good time.
Yeah.
So every day, the four of us like head out. We go, like, we're just walking around the ship. We stop by the casino. Melvin almost gets in trouble because he's recording in said casino. Remember that?
No.
And the guy was like, why is the light blinking? Why is the light blinking?
Yes.
And he's like, oh, I'm turning it off. So don't ever record in a casino, FYI.
So we would wake up in the morning, like she said, and we would just get the day rolling like that. We would meet my parents for breakfast. First things first, we had to have a Bloody Mary or a mimosa. I mean, how are you not going to start the day with one of those? And how are you not going to finish the day just continuing to drink? Did we even drink water? Was there even water on this ship?
At dinner and at breakfast.
But we started the day with a Bloody Mary, and they have just a buffet of food for every meal if you want.
Extra. Oh, you always ate those bagel and loxes, I remember.
Oh, I love
it. Was
those.
You and Jeff, and you guys ate those bagel and
loxes. Yes, because they had like the omelet station and then like the waffle like making
the pancake station.
Yeah. Oh my
Food
gosh.
is great. Okay, side note. People that complain about the food on cruises, what do you expect? It's like free. They have to feed mass amounts of people. I think the food is great.
Who's complaining?
I've heard a lot of people complain. It's like, well, you're getting a cruise for $500, all food, all everything included. Like, what do you expect? But it was really good. I like the food.
Goodness gracious.
No hate.
Then we would look at our itinerary and decide what we wanted to do, kind of coordinate with my parents. They might want to go do some activities, and then we would meet up for dinner. And we had these like reserved dinner tables where it was like semi-formal, kind of nicer at night. We would dress up versus like this breakfast bar, dinner bar, whatever. But throughout the day, the pool deck would have live music, and they would have like a scavenger hunt on the pool deck, or like a hairy chess contest. Aww. Like
hula hoop contest.
Yeah, they have all these like different games to play. So our goal whenever we go on a cruise is to just maximize our time. Like, some people are like, why would you want to be stuck on a ship? You're barely on land. Like, you're on land for 1 day and you're on a cruise for 5. It's because the cruise is the activity.
Yeah, and just like the community, like when you're on a cruise, like you're stuck with these people for however many days your cruise is. So you see these people multiple times. It's not that small. So even we took another cruise after that one to Jamaica. Like, we saw the same people in the hallways every single like hour. Yeah, and it becomes like a community. You're like, hey girl, like, what's up? Oh my God. Where are you going? We're going to come with you.
I still just keep in touch with a couple people from our Jamaica cruise.
Yeah, it's just like a great time. Everybody's there to have fun. Like, why would you purposely go and get stuck on a cruise for 5 or 7 days and not want to have a good time?
Yeah, seriously.
Like, everyone there wants to have a great time. So it's just a good community.
So these activities, they're going well. I think it was like let's just say the 3rd day. I don't remember the exact. I can look up the actual cruise ship because it's basically like they do the same route over and over again.
Well, it was a 5-day cruise that we went on.
Yeah.
And it stopped in Grand Cayman and Cozumel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that means we spent 2 days on the ship and 2 days on land.
And Grand Cayman was too windy and we couldn't.
No, that was our other cruise.
Oh.
That was our cruise with your mom and Isna.
Oh.
We're getting all these cruises confused.
Oh.
Yeah,
we did get off and go. Yeah, we did.
All right, Kayla's blacked out this entire time. I will tell the story. We went to Grand Cayman. That's beautiful. That's a fun time. I don't really remember what we did there. I think we just kind of like hung around. We just went to beaches and bars. Grand Cayman was great. Get back on the ship, have another day where we're just...
This is the day that was terrible. This was the day.
Yeah. It was after we had been there a couple days.
We were out in the sun all day drinking. Like, we went in the hot tub. Like, why do you need to go in a hot tub in the Caribbean
when it's hot as hell outside?
Yeah. And we just like,
well, hold on, let's talk about the escalation of this day before you get to the good part. Okay. So backtrack the beginning of this day. This is like the 3rd or 4th day. Sorry, we're kind of all over the place, but whatever.
Okay,
that's what happens on a cruise. None of your thoughts are all together. So we started off this day, we're just drinking, okay? We like start off at the pool and the hot tub. We're like drinking a lot there. Then we kind of like mosey on to other places, the casino, blah, blah, blah. when we're already kind of feeling it, we go to the hot tub, and Kaehla decides to order a Bloody Mary. Now this is like 3 p.m. So this is not a morning time. Like, you should probably be past the Bloody Marys at this point. And she is craving a Bloody Mary, so she orders one. I get like a gin and tonic or something like that. And it is windy, guys. Like, the water off of the water on the pool is like slapping people like off of the pool because it's that windy, like on the actual boat.
It's slapping people on the pool deck. Like, you couldn't sit next to the water.
So we have our drinks. Her mom is like sitting by the pool, just like enjoying herself. We grab our drinks and we're like, okay, we're going to go in the hot tub. So we go, as we're walking into the hot tub, we're going down the steps. A huge gust of wind comes by, pours my drink half out, and half of Kaehla's drink just slaps all over the hot tub, all over the pool deck. And my drink is clear, right? It's a gin and tonic. Hers is a Bloody Mary. There is like olives and Tabasco sauce flying everywhere, okay?
And not only that, we had waited so long to get into this hot tub. There were so many people wanting to be in the hot tub. It was not empty.
There was like 2 or 3 people. It's a small hot tub, but there were 2 or 3 people in there. And as we're walking in, half of her Bloody Mary literally pours right into the hot tub. Now it looks like Jaws just bit somebody in this hot tub, or it looks like somebody like was on their time of the month. I don't know. And the look, I literally looked at your drink, and then I looked up at this girl's face, and she gave us the most disgusted look. I was so embarrassed. That was like the height of my embarrassment, and it wasn't even me. Well, I think we like remember bits and pieces separately.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the parts where I blacked out, you remember, and the parts when you blacked out.
So the height of my embarrassment was with Stephanie. Okay, because this must have been the same day. This had to have been the same day.
Yeah, this is the day where we
were just
bad stuff happened.
We were on something. I know what it was. Our friend Melvin was like, okay, so we were hitting about 10 drinks throughout the day, starting at 8 a.m.
Melvin hit his limit, though, and was fine.
Melvin wanted to hit his limit, 15. And he was egging us on.
He succeeded. No, he succeeded. He hit his limit, and then he was like, can I have one of yours?
Yes, he was.
I was like, how are you even standing? I'm like 10 drinks in, and I'm about to pass out.
So Melvin's egging us on. Apparently, he has a really high tolerance, and we're trying to keep up. And so the Bloody Mary fiasco happens. We're in a different hot tub, which is
just one fiasco of this trip.
We're in a different hot tub, which is private. Okay.
Adults only.
And by
so there's no children alive. There's no children allowed.
Alive? If you pass through the doors, you will not make it. No. So Stephanie and I are obviously pretty far in. Oh my gosh, I'm so popular right now. I'm getting spam calls. So at this point, it's harder for Stephanie to walk. Like she's getting tired. We're kind of resting in the lawn chairs.
No, I was drunk. I was really, really drunk.
We're just like we're hitting a wall. And so we decide we need to take a nap after this because we like ran our course. We took some videos. We hung out on the deck. It's time to rest. We all passed out for the afternoon. Stephanie doesn't want to wake up. Like to the point where my parents came in to check on like what we're doing for the rest of the day.
Because we're getting ready for dinner. No, this is when we were getting ready for dinner. So everybody made the decision like, hey, go back to your rooms. We're going to take a quick nap, take a shower, meet back at like 7 p.m.
Yeah.
So everybody naps. Everybody's getting ready. I hear the shower going like in my dreams, but I'm passed out. And I'm a tough sleeper. I do not wake up for anything.
Stephanie is dead to the world.
First of all, don't expect me to wake up. I need like 10 alarms to wake up anywhere.
Yeah, in a normal setting, she doesn't even wake up, let alone when she is
wasted.
Yeah. So, we're all rested. We're up. We're getting ready to go.
Everybody's getting ready.
And of course, my parents think it's the most hilarious thing in the world that Stephanie is just
I'm passed out on my bed, face down in my bathing suit. Okay. Like, that's how we just went. We didn't even put on pajamas. We're just like, we're taking a nap and I'm just going to plonk
So
right here.
remember, call back to the first episode where we got drunk, came back and showered right away, got in some comfy robes, and then slept. No, we were not like that back then. So in my family, I don't know why, they're freaking weird, but in my family, like, we try to see how hard we can slap, like spank. I'm trying to make this not sound weird, but I don't know how to. So anyway, so I'm like, oh, Dad, I know how to wake Stephanie up. And I literally rub my hands together.
Rubs her hands like she's like trying to light, get a match going or something. So she's like this, ASMR. And then wham.
Wham. And this girl goes, like barely lifts her head, barely opens her eyes, barely makes a sound. And I'm like, I really thought that would work.
I did not wake up. See?
I really thought that would work.
I got past your family's notorious way of like slapping somebody.
Yeah.
I was unfazed.
In a good way. Yes. And actually though, she like casually gets up.
Like I'm dead at this point.
Yeah. She casually gets up. I tell her, we need to put you in the shower. We're getting ready for dinner. Stephanie, come on, let's go. As she does to me now. The roles are reversed.
I miss being 21.
And she takes a shower. She gets dressed. And 30 minutes later, she's sitting at the dinner table. And my dad
sober.
Like,
I'm sitting at the dinner table sober.
Oh, no,
I don't want you to discount this. Listen, I was drunk, like hammered on the bed, blacked out. Kaehla wakes me up, throws me in the shower. I remember taking a shower and I was still drunk. I was like borderline blacked out still. As soon as I get out of that shower and I change and we get ready for dinner, I'm sober, guys. I don't know. God had his hand on me or something right then because I was like.
It's not even that she was sober. She orders a glass of wine. Like.
Yeah, because then you got to class it up a little bit,
She gets to dinner.
I'm done taking my wine. Tequila shots.
But you just kept on going. And my dad was like, I think that was the moment where.
Your dad was shocked.
Yeah.
He looked at me like, how is this freaking possible? He kept saying.
So love my dad in Florida. But like he's notorious for not really remembering people's names. It took like a few years of like repeating Stephanie and Daniela and Haley for him to like catch on. I think it's a dad thing. But yeah. I think that was the moment where he was like, Stephanie's part of our family. Like that's it. She's one of us.
I'm so honored.
Because like to this day, if I'm like, Stephanie and I are doing a podcast or Stephanie and I are doing this, he's like, oh, Stephanie, I'll tell her I say hi. Like he gets all excited. It's so cute.
Shout out Joe. So this brings up oh this brings us, I cannot talk today, to our tipsy talk.
Ooh. So what you guys don't know is that we actually do name our segments, but we just seamlessly transition into them.
Just go right on past them.
So yeah. So by the way, our segment 1 is called Pass the Hors d'oeuvres. You're getting started. You're warming up.
You get a little pigs in a blanket, and then you
get a little cocktail to start the party. And Tipsy Talks is like, yeah, we've been there.
We're drunk now. We're in like the depth of the
dinner phase, deep, dark talks.
And then our ending segment is always free spirits, which is when we ask the questions.
Ooh, questions. And if you're sober or you just don't drink, like there's something for everyone.
Like you don't even really need to go on land. There is way too much fun to be had on the cruise.
I just want to point out that we tried to be fit on this cruise. Somewhere we tried to fit in running around the track that they had and going to the gym. And I don't know how we did it at least twice because we did. And we played mini golf and like there's like little activities that are more physical.
I remember the track. I do not remember the gym.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was doing like the stair stepper and stuff. Like over
in between palomas, or
I got in between Bloody Marys, you You got to get
Bloody
your
Mary's
steps
in the hot
in.
tub.
I just like whenever you go on a cruise, the gym and the spa are on the highest level. Like you have
Quiet,
all
'cause
the
they wanna,
rooms
like,
below and then some like balcony rooms kind of like on
and
the
then
level
dining's in the middle.
pool. Yeah, the pool and the dining and all the shows are in the middle. And then you have like the spa and the gym overlooking everything out onto the water. It's so beautiful. I remember that part. I don't know
Yeah.
how. In college, I was just like fit life, hashtag fit life. Like I did it at least twice. I know that. We played basketball too. We played paddle tennis, ping pong, and
We did everything. There was not one thing on
everything.
that cruise that we did not touch.
Yeah,
We literally did it all.
we did everything. And
We went to the clubs every night, obviously, danced the night away
yeah, so
with your mom.
yeah, we went to the club every night, and I was gonna say I'm pretty sure we got free drinks, but duh, everything was included in the drink package. But people like wanted to buy us free drinks, which I thought was hilarious.
Off of their drink
Yeah,
package.
off of their drink package. That's like a thing on a cruise. Oh my gosh, I just remembered our trip to Jamaica when there was this one guy at the club that was like flexing his platinum card or whatever. He's like, I got the max package.
The Carnival Platinum. Not like an Amex Platinum, like a Carnival card.
Yeah. He's like, I get unlimited drinks. Like,
and we're like, ooh.
Actually,
flex our red card and be like, I don't need you.
Actually, though, I didn't get the drink package on that, so I took advantage of that one. So,
anyway,
back to the Cozumel cruise. So I want to talk about this karaoke thing because I discovered the love of my life that day, which was Patron XO. And there was this martini, and I couldn't remember.
Oh, I remember that.
I couldn't remember what it was called, but I was like the triple chocolate.
Well, it was like a
XO, whatever. It
was like chocolate XX.
It's the Charlie XC. No, it was the reason though that I am obsessed with espresso martinis.
So Patron XO, if you guys don't know, it's tequila, like Patron tequila, but it's coffee flavored.
Yeah.
Which just combines Kaehla's two loves, because I feel like you love everything espresso and you love tequila.
Yes,
so.
and chocolate.
Match made in heaven.
There was like a chocolate liqueur. It was like triple chocolate
it was
coffee
like
stuff.
Chocolate, coffee, tequila.
I want to tell you guys, there was absolutely no mixer in this drink. Some of the drinks, maybe the fruity drinks were weak, but this one had like 3 kinds of liquor and nothing else.
It. I'm pretty sure you had like 3 of those.
Yeah. The only thing that was non-alcoholic was the chocolate rim, like the chocolate syrup. And so that was my best friend. And Stephanie was kind of just like somewhere else. And I was making love to this martini.
Making out with my martini in the corner.
And I was singing Christina Aguilera because I was really feeling myself that night.
Lord have mercy.
And then I was like, oh man, the boat was rocking so much. And my mom was like, no, you were drunk. And I was like, no, I swear it was really rocking a lot.
Cruises, man. Oh.
She loves to like anything that happens. She's like, no, you were drunk. And I'm like, no.
She humbles you, brings you back down.
No, I'm like, no, but there was actually external factors. Our parents, or my parents, I should say, love to like explore the area around the port and then like explore a little bit out. There's always like fun restaurants and things to go to. And we decided we wanted to go on a real adventure. So we got an excursion to leave Cozumel, which is an island, and go to the mainland. Now, once you go to the mainland, it is completely different. Usually the cruise port is really touristy. Everywhere around there is really touristy. We went out into like the jungle. We went spelunking, and it was
to this day
so
one
cool.
of the best excursions I think I've ever done on any cruise I've been on. It was like jaw dropping.
It was so beautiful. The water was like crisp and clear. It was a little bit cold, but like, why wouldn't it
Because
be?
you're inside a cave where there's no sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they had like the stalactites and the stalagmites. And so there's like, we were learning all about the calcium in the water and stuff like that. And then afterwards, do you remember the guide gave us a shot of something? I
Yes.
think it was aguardiente. I think I
No,
said
it
that wrong.
was
That's
it
what it
wasn't
tasted like.
pisco, but it was like something that was like it was something that was like local.
It was
It
good.
wasn't
It was like,
tequila though. It was like
no, it
something.
was like a honey liquor or something.
Yeah, it was like it was a honey mead, maybe.
Maybe.
I think it was. It was like a mead.
It was such a unique experience though. And
It
do you
was
remember
gorgeous.
do you remember how sketchy the drive was though?
Yeah,
Okay, so we took this catamaran to Playa del Carmen, which is a pretty hot tourist spot.
on the mainland.
And yeah, on the mainland. We get on this bus van thing, like a white van. And I remember at one point we were like, is this a little sketchy? Because at one point we had to cross through this militia checkpoint. It was literally like military people
Yeah,
with guns, and then like they have to wave you through a checkpoint.
yeah.
Um, which we didn't have to stop, but we were just like,
Adventures, man.
we need to look into this more. What's going on
All
here?
right.
Um,
And
but
then once you get there, you're literally driving into the jungle, like where this cave is. You obviously have to like get to it a little bit. And like we were like the roads were not roads, you know what I'm saying? So it was like we were like moving around and like then you're in the cave and you have a guide and you're like all like in a line so he doesn't lose you. And he'll say, okay, like he'll tell you some facts about the cave and then you'll walk a little bit. You'll like wade through some water, keep walking. And then there was one point where he was like, okay, we're going to go underwater now. Remember? And he was like, okay, we're swimming from here to there. So everybody jumps into the water. It's freezing cold, obviously, because it's in a cave in the middle of nowhere. And we're like swimming through, but I just remember looking up and it's just like hundreds of stalactites and like these beautiful like caverns everywhere. I was like, wow, this is like,
yeah,
it was so nice. I don't even think it was that expensive. I want to say it was maybe like 110.
I think so. And the whole point was to like maximize our time, and we really did that.
And to really like get the most. Like we didn't want to just go to like Margaritaville, you know?
Yeah,
We wanted to like do something that was like you could
which
only
we
do
kind of did
there.
that too. We went to what it was called, like Carlos and Chachos or something. I don't think it's.
Definitely don't remember that.
No, the first thing you want to do is go to Senor Frogs, but
Yeah.
you only really
I
need to
think
do
we
that.
did a little bit.
We actually did go there too.
But we're from Orlando, so there's a Senor
Carlos and
Frogs here.
Charlie's. Why did I say Chachos? Oh no. We love cruises. So we survived. I don't know how. We survived this cruise to Mexico. And that was Royal Caribbean. Am I correct?
Yep.
So,
I don't know, bro. There's been way too many cruises. We've been on a Carnival. I think it was Carnival.
I think it was Carnival. I think it was.
I think it was.
We don't even remember now.
No, it definitely was. Yes, it was Carnival. I remember because I had the red card. Yeah, we were on Carnival.
And Royal Caribbean doesn't have a drink limit.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that we got that out of the way, we already kind of talked about what a cruise entails. But basically, it's like your all-inclusive vacation on a ship. And they do everything for you. They make all your food, they provide all your drinks, they provide all your entertainment, they provide all the cleaning and
Transportation.
there's
Your room is always spotless. They always put like little like towel animals on your bed. They really go above and beyond. And like you get all of this, obviously, which is important, right? Like your food, your drinks, blah, blah, blah. But what's really great about cruises too is the people, because most of these people are international people from other countries, and they just have the absolute like best service. They always are smiling. They're always happy. They literally go out of their way to make sure that you have the best time possible. So shout out to all the people working on cruises because you guys are amazing. Met some of the best people.
I'm like,
cruises?
yeah, like there's so much I want to say. First of all, get to know your bartenders because they will, even though it's like unlimited, they will take care of you because their bar is always full. So,
Yeah.
be their best friend. Like really,
Use their
really,
name, be personable.
yeah, really be gracious to the people going down the hall, going from room to room. We get to know the entertainers now. Like we try to connect with everyone, even the people making the pizza. And they're like, stay right here. Like, we got you. We got you.
Right.
It's just like
Right.
these people are on a cruise ship for sometimes 6 months or more at a time. They are away from their families and this is their livelihood. So,
And they're working like on call the entire time. So it's not even like, if we were on a cruise for 6 months, but we were having a blast, we could make it work. But
yeah,
these people are working like their hands off
24/7.
for 6 months straight.
Sometimes we would see people cleaning and then we would see them at dinner. Like they do
Yeah.
everything.
They do everything, literally.
And so you just want to be gracious to them.
And if you can afford to give them like extra gratuity, please do, because
Yeah,
it really, like, they're the best people. They deserve it all.
they're so cute. Like that's the word. They're so
Yeah.
cute. So
that's why we think like cruises are just the best vacation to take, especially if you don't have like a ton of money, or if you just want a whole vacation planned out for you. A cruise is a great way, like it's not even about the money, like, because I've taken trips to other countries, outside of the US, and you literally have to plan out everything. Like, where are you staying? How are you going to get there? Where do you pick up the car? Where do you drop it off? What's the best place to eat? And cruises take all of that stress away. Like, they plan out everything for you.
It really does. They have literally an itinerary for every single day you're on the ship. And when Stephanie travels internationally, she doesn't take me. So if you don't have someone like me who wants to make an itinerary, it can get stressful. All right. All I'm saying is that a cruise is the best bang for your buck.
100%.
Seriously.
So we've obviously been on a couple cruises. I know, I think you've been on more than me. How many cruises have you been on?
I don't know the number.
In your whole life.
I first went on a cruise when I was like 7 or 8.
Same.
So
I think I've been on, I'd say 5 total.
I could go with 5 to 7. I don't know the exact answer. There was a time period where we would actually go.
What?
It is a different world out there in the alley behind my apartment complex. I don't know if this guy just like started a crack pipe or what, but
Duluth, what are you doing?
I don't know what was happening out there. It took my attention. Yeah, but I at one point was going on a different cruise every year. It was like our vacation choice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great. It's great for little kids. It's great for everybody.
Yeah.
So we've been on a couple cruises, obviously. Like, we've both been on like between 5 to 7. So we've tried out a couple of the companies, not all of them, but which one would you say is like top notch for you?
I see where the difference is. You really get what you pay for with a ship. Actually, I got to tour a Carnival ship there that was going to Cuba, which was really cool. I would have loved to be on that one. My parents went on it. Ooh, I think.
I know. I wanted to go on that before they shut it down.
Yeah. I didn't go on that one, but I think they went to one to Cuba. So I can't really speak on that, but I think that would have influenced the answer to the question. But Royal Caribbean has been pretty good to me. Every cruise company has a different destination spot and length of cruise and quality.
Or like private islands.
Yeah.
A lot of them have their own private island.
And you can, this is my review, and Stephanie, you're more than welcome to have a different opinion. But when Carnival is called the fun ship, that's what you get. It's a party cruise. You go, like, it was perfect for when we were in college. We were 21 and we wanted to have a good time.
Royal literally Caribbean, what we did.
Yeah. Royal Caribbean was like a little bit more elegant, but not like
it's still luxury. Fun, but it's more like take the pace as you want it. Like, there's fun stuff to do, but it's also not really like the Bachelorette type of cruise. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like everybody's there to have a good time. Like you got families, you got couples.
Yeah,
It's more romantic.
it's not the
like things like that.
trashy bachelorette. Not to harp on trashy bachelorette parties. Like I
Yeah.
don't even know.
No hate to Carnival though. We love you.
It just has like a different. Each of them have, and you could go on a cruise.
Maybe that's why Carnival implemented the 15 limit drinks, right? Maybe because it was such a fun ship and like party ship that they had to like simmer it down a little bit.
Maybe we should look into that. I just think that whatever cruise you go on, like you get what you pay for, and go in.
It'll be a great time regardless.
Yeah, go into it with an open mind. Like you can read all the reviews you want, and sometimes people are iffy about the lobster and whatever, but I've had the best damn lobster and garlic butter that I've ever had.
Reviews are relative, so don't take it as like the be all and end all. Just like, I mean, take it, but take it with a grain of salt. You know, like you have to kind of experience it for yourself to really get the vibe.
And it really is like a great, affordable way to travel with your family, like extended family even, or like a big party or whatever. Everybody gets their own space, and it's not as
but it's also like you can come together if you want to as well.
Yeah, you can do your own thing. You get your own rooms, and like an all-inclusive resort would probably be similar, but you got to fly in there and then get transportation, and there's all these added expenses and stressors. So it just really is the best vacation. And speaking of so on this Jamaica vacation we went on, I connected with this singer, and I lost my voice, but I got on stage with a couple singers, which was really, really cool. But the Filipino girl with the guitar, harp, or violin, guitar thing, whatever that was, super cool.
Yeah.
I still keep in touch with her. She just started working again. She works on cruise ships full time as a singer.
Nice.
So she's back in the US. She lives in the Philippines. And I asked her if she's on the same ship, and she said, no, I'm on a ship that goes from Seattle to Alaska. And if that does not sound like the perfect next cruise to go on,
yes,
I was like, how am I gonna like, I really want to like see her, and sometimes she's
you probably have to do that in the summer, right?
Yeah, maybe, but
I don't know if they're gonna do that in the winter.
Yeah, right. But
like the Titanic 2.0.
But maybe that's something we think about. Maybe that's something we think about for our podcast.
What do you mean?
Maybe we have we wanted to do, our dream is to bring the funsters, the fun team, the funkles, the funts,
and the funts,
anybody that wants to have a good time. We want to bring them on a vacation, and we're talking so much.
Meet up on a cruise.
Yeah, we're talking so much about how fun a cruise is for big groups. Dude.
Yes.
We should look more into this.
Now I'm on your train. Yeah. I love it.
Get on my train.
I'm on your train. I'm on the caboose. I made it.
You're on the caboose.
Okay. Well, get your head out of the gutter.
So maybe that's something we look into though, because
I'm all for it. Are you guys for it? Let us know.
That's the thing, is like you get to know the people that work on the ship, and they're kind of like your friends. You're like, oh, that person's working that ship, dude, I'm gonna vacation with them because they're gonna make it a good time.
Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. Well, if you guys want to know anything more about cruises, not that we're experts, but if we can help out in any way, I think we've done our fair share of cruising.
Yeah, because I will personally
fair share of drinking on them too.
I'm pretty sure we could find you a good deal. All I'm saying is that we're basically 100%. Travel agents. Like we can
also cue the last episode. This goes back to like travel credit cards and travel benefits. You can book cruises with points, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
And you can get them for even like, imagine, I already said they're cheap to begin with, maybe like $500 a person. Imagine it being even less than that.
Wow.
I'm telling you, it's the way to go. If you're trying to travel on a budget, start off with cruises.
Yeah, definitely start with a cruise.
They are fabulous. So let's get into our 3 questions, our free spirit section.
Woo! How are you doing on your drink? Let's check in.
I'm halfway.
Because
I'm nursing it a little bit, but
you're
I'm
way
trying
past
to,
me.
Yeah.
In general, this is my first drink of the day.
The ice is melting.
I just sat around waiting to record all day.
Yeah, she took a nap at like 4:30. She's like, I'll be up in 20.
Just kidding. I'm working on our background stuff. So, okay, go ahead.
Our 3 questions. The first one, what was your first cruise? The second one, what's a healthy amount of vacation time for you per year? And the third one, what is something the fun team, aka you guys, should keep in mind while traveling with significant others?
Oh,
that's a good one. And as always, we know the questions, but we have not discussed our answers. So this is raw. All right, Kaehla, what's your first cruise?
Okay, my first cruise was to Nassau, Bahamas. It was with Carnival. So that started the stint of Carnival cruise ships. I think my parents are like gold or silver members or whatever it's called when you're like,
I'm almost gold. My next cruise will be gold.
So, not to harp on Carnival. We love them. We honestly, I think, want to hit gold with like every company, maybe. I don't know.
Platinum. I want to wave my card around in a club.
Yeah, there you go.
Buy all the girls drinks.
So I went to Nassau, Bahamas. We stopped at Atlantis Resort. And I remember at the time, it was like, Michael Jackson used to have a room here. Like, that was super cool. Fun fact. They had an aquarium there. Whenever I see people's travel pictures or videos of Atlantis, I feel like I stayed there, even though I was only on the ground for the day. Like, I didn't stay the night. But it was so fun, and I had extended family there. I had an aunt and some other family members that I never get to see because they're in Hawaii. So that's so far away.
Nice. Well, it was like a big family reunion.
I guess at the time they were in California, but yeah, they're really far away from Florida. So it was like an extended family vacation. I had my grandma there, who is my mom's mom. She's no longer with us, but I remember she was kind of our babysitter when when the adults wanted to go out. And I was part of the like Carnival's kids club, and I did all the activities with them, and I drank my milk from a milk carton and like all this random stuff.
Wow, you remember a lot.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, some kids don't remember trips to like Disney and stuff, but I thought that really stood out in my mind. Like, we went to the beach and like buried my sister in the sand, made her look like a mermaid, and like, just like, it was a really good introduction to the cruise life. What was your first cruise?
So mine was also to the Bahamas. I think mine was to Nassau and Freeport. I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure it was with Royal Caribbean. So I'm pretty sure that was my first one.
Nice.
But like you, it was my family. It was just my family with my grandpa.
Shout out
my
to
dad's
the grandparents on our cruises.
I think the parents bring them along to like give them a good time, but they also are like helping out. My grandpa is no longer with us too, but yeah, I just remember like being with him, and fun fact, I have like the worst memory of anybody I know, so I don't remember anything pretty much from that cruise or from anything before I was like 10. So I was like 7 at the time, and all I remember from that cruise is being in the hot tub with a virgin pina colada.
Oh,
and I was just like slurping on
from
that.
Day one.
My parents were like sitting like behind me, like by the pool, but I was in the hot tub, and I was just sitting there like a bad bitch.
That's funny. Like, and how old were your siblings? Because you're the youngest, so.
I was 7, so my brother was 11, my other brother was 15, and my sister must have been 16.
So were they all sipping virgin pina coladas too?
Oh yeah. Virgin pina coladas everywhere.
Aw. And it
was a good time.
Also, hadn't you just like recently moved here?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's like one of
Yeah,
your
so
earliest memories of the US.
yeah.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
because I moved here when I was 6.
That is
So
so
true.
cool. So
I
Funsters, if you don't know, maybe you're like a listener for me, Kaehla, or you're a listener for Steph, but you just don't know about her that much yet. She's from South Africa. So that's like
I do not have the accent,
so
obviously,
cool. That's like
but my
sick.
family does.
Yeah.
Seko.
All her
If you want to make a mean girl quote, go ahead. You can't sit with us. Wait, what's the classic one? Wait, if you're from Africa,
Why are
why
you
are you white?
white?
Yes, I've gotten that my whole life. So there you go.
uh,
So yeah, so you're right. That was one of like the earliest vacations that we took once we got
you're like,
here.
Kayla,
Yeah.
why do you remember these little details? Why do you remember the day I came to America?
That's a best friend for you.
Aw.
I
No,
know
I
more.
find it so cool that we get to mix our cultures and then you get to travel like more and just like
Yeah.
get
And just
introduced to all these new
my
cultures.
favorite thing, seeing different cultures, like it's my favorite thing. I think like people are just so great and like I think we should celebrate being different.
Yes.
That's the deep topic, but I love like trying new food, even if it's not necessarily good in my opinion. It's just great to try new things, see different places, meet new people.
I
That's what
find it,
life's about, man. There's a big world out there, so don't think that your little corner of suburbia
dude,
is all of it.
gosh, every day I remind myself, I'm like, okay, so to go back to this like 50 states thing when we were going on the app and figuring out how many states we went to, I've actually hit 62% of the US. So what is that? 31
Nice.
states. And
Yes.
wait, did I do that math right? Yeah. Um
Thank-
50 times 2.
Yeah.
31
Hell
times 2. I don't know. Too much math. Anyway, so 62% of the United States and like I kind of beat myself over the fact that like that's it. Not about just like being in the US, but like you only went to the
yeah.
Caribbean and Canada. Like that's it. I like
Hey,
see
we're still young. There's plenty more for you to
I
do.
see our
We're gonna go
friends.
to Europe.
Yeah,
You and I
I see our
to Europe.
friends literally in Italy at the moment, and I'm like, Portofino hotel is the best I get. Like hotels are the
Or a
best
chocolate martini.
experience I get. I gotta experience more cultures. I want to so badly.
Yeah. And hey, take our own advice, I got you. I will plan it out for you. We can
Yeah.
use my points on my travel credit card.
Ooh, let's make a
Ooh,
life of
ooh.
travel. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Second question. What's a healthy amount of vacation time per year?
Yeah.
So I guess I'll go first
Yeah.
because I have the corporate job. So I actually only have a certain amount.
Yeah.
So I'm actually very blessed. The company that I work for, I know that some companies only give you like 2 weeks, some even less than that, maybe some is 3. My company gives us what's called like flex time. So every month I accrue, well, now that I've been with the company over 3 years, I accrue 2 days per month. So if you calculate that out, that's 24 days for the whole year. So that's not including weekends. So
can you repeat that with the 2 days? Because it cut out. So I want to make sure that it gets in the recording.
okay. So some companies only give you like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. My company does what's called flex time. So every month, because that I've been with the company for over 3 years now, every month I accrue 2 days of time off.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's what 20 something. Well, I don't accrue for November and December. So it's 2 days times 10. So I get 20 days a year, and that's not including the week. That's Monday through Friday.
Wow.
So that's 4 weeks.
Are you hitting that for this year or like in general? Have you ever hit that amount?
No, because you only get it. So when you're under 3 years, you accrue a day and a half every month. And then after you hit your 3-year mark, it's 2 days a month. And then once I hit, I think 5 years, then I get like 2.5 or 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's pretty awesome. So I get 4 weeks of vacation a year, and you know that I take advantage of that.
Yeah. So, okay, what's your total travel time for this year, approximately?
Well, so it's different. So I have 4 weeks of vacation, but obviously I don't take full 4 weeks. Like I have a music festival coming up that I'll take a day or two off for that. And then I took a trip earlier in the year to St. Croix. I only took 3 days off for that. So it kind of depends on like where I'm going and how many days I need there. But so far, I've already taken 3 trips this year
So like a week,
with
2 weeks.
like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Nice.
2.5. So I have extra. I have so much extra, and it rolls over.
Do you feel like that?
So whatever I don't use, I can have. So next year, I could have 5 weeks or 6 weeks of vacation if I really wanted it.
Do you feel like you're saving those extra days for something bigger, or do you feel like you're actually getting the trips that you want to take maximized?
Both, because I have so much saved up right now that I could take any trip I wanted to. I could go somewhere for 2 weeks now if I wanted to. But I do save up my time. Like I prioritize my paid time off so that I do take the trips that I want. Because if I go to like the Caribbean, I don't really need 10 days there. You know, I might only need like 4 or 5. But if I'm going to Europe, like I'm going to go to Europe next year, I'm going to take off like 10 days for that. Obviously, because it just takes longer to get there and then you want to do more stuff. So
yeah, nice.
So for me, I'm kind of, I only have a certain amount that I can use. So I'm kind of restricted in that aspect, but I do have so much and like so many plans that I end up hitting them all anyway. So what about you? What's a healthy amount of vacation time?
So I find it interesting that I'm glad you went first so you can explain like a traditional way. Obviously, I have to make my own schedule and whatever, but after being out of college for 4 years now, coming on 4 years, I'm realizing where my limits really are. And like, I would say it's about the same. If I am taking, let's just say, a week every 3 to 4 months, that's plenty for me. Maybe because like we have lives at home now. It's not just like we're out in limbo traveling just to travel, whatever. Like it actually is like more of a stress to me if I'm like, I'm going to be gone too long. It's like a 10-day trip is stressful to me. You have roommates, but like if my boyfriend and I were taking a trip, we have to arrange for like someone to watch the cat, and that's stressful to me. Like that's what I'm
it's
dealing
stressful
with.
for me. I have 2 German Shepherds. Trust me, it's stressful regardless.
But like you at least have people in your house at all times.
Yeah. You're right. Well, and back to what we talked about previously, I work and then save up money and time to travel. You travel for work. So if you're on a vacation and you're not, doing shows or anything like that, you're not making money at the same time.
Or just in general.
It's different for you.
Yeah. Like I feel I'm like, should I be staying home and working? Probably. I don't know if there's any.
Oh, like this next week that you're coming down here?
Yeah, but we're doing stuff for the podcast and stuff. Like the podcast is my focus, and then everything else is to pay my bills, basically, and like have my own fun.
Don't know, Kaehla is behind everything on this podcast. She is a genius when it comes to this sort of stuff. I don't even know how to get something on Spotify. I don't even know how that process works. So everything you see, all of the social media material, well, most of it, all of the how it got set up, all of that, big shout out to Kaehla because she knows what she's doing with all this stuff.
Thanks. But you have to approve everything. So you're like the executive. I'm just like the little the work donkey.
A worker bee.
But yeah, I really do love this podcast, and obviously we're not like going viral, whatever. We're not associated with a media company. We're not backed by some huge whatever, but we've been growing.
2 girls, 2 mics.
2 girls, 2 mics. We've been growing little by little every week. And we know we like what we do. So that's first off. Second, we know it takes time. Like we're enjoying the moment and we wouldn't trade it for anything. So the little growth we've had actually is to you guys, the listener. So thank you so much. And
because that's like pure growth,
we're actually so close to being put in front of sponsors' eyes that it's kind of creepy because it's just crazy that we're almost hitting that point.
We're on our way.
Yeah. little by little.
Can't wait to see where this little adventure, this is an adventure in itself.
Yeah,
Can't wait to see where this little adventure takes us too, with you guys along for the ride.
definitely. So, okay,
Let's wrap it up with our last
yeah.
question. What's something the fun team, which is you guys, should keep in mind when traveling with significant others? Okay, you go first.
Okay, so
I need to think about my answer.
I kind of like didn't really have an answer. I wanted to hear your answer. No,
Okay,
but
so
okay, go ahead.
well, I can go. It's just going to be like off of my head, basically. So, the biggest thing I can say is travel, as much fun as it is, travel is stressful. It can be stressful. Obviously, you're stressed out trying to make time, like you have to be somewhere at a certain time. You're trying to look for things to do. You want to like compare things. You have to find the best place to stay. You kind of have to like plan out your entire day for that week or two that you're gone. So, it's definitely stressful. Tempers can rise a little bit. So, like when I go out with my boyfriend, if we're in a group, it doesn't happen as much because we're all just kind of there just to like when we were on the cruise to Jamaica, I don't think anybody got in any sort of fight the whole time because we're just all there to have fun. I mean, it's whatever at that point. But when it's me and him and we're traveling and we like are on a schedule and we're trying to hit a bunch of stuff, we can kind of like bicker a little bit, but you just have to remember like you're there to have fun. And as much as you have to plan stuff out to make sure you're doing what you want to do, just have the vacation. You're there for a reason. You're taking time off of work to go enjoy another country. So just don't let it get you down too much.
I like
Don't
that.
let like the bog of like planning something, like don't let it impede you having fun and just enjoying the time that you deserve.
This was me wanting to know where Stephanie gets stressed out when planning trips. No.
Yes, it's stressful, dude.
Yeah,
It is
no,
stressful, but it's so worth
it
it when you just
is.
like,
And I think I'm so casual. Like I booked my flight to Florida last minute because I have flight
I'm
benefits,
not,
but
I plan stuff out months in
yeah,
advance. I'm
like
like,
I have flight benefits, but I'm like, okay, well, like I'm not the one booking the flight, so let me just
yeah,
the the tickets are cheap. Like let me just get a ticket while it's cheap, you know.
yeah,
And then I kind of figure it out as I go, especially if I call a place home. But I definitely see where like the planning needs to happen and it can stress the other person out. So I think also just like respecting that everybody has a different need and a different desire when they travel. Like if we were traveling together, you want to do a lot of adventurous stuff, and I do too. I also want to chill, so we have to compromise and like
right,
set aside that time at the beach and then set aside that time to like go
for
hiking.
sure.
And
Yeah.
so
And even with my sister, it's kind of the same way. Like I want to go out and like we went on a trip together to Barcelona, and her boyfriend at the time wanted to like relax and just kind of like sit at this monastery, and I was like, okay, well, I want to climb up that hill. So, I'll see you later. No, so I literally went up by myself. There was a bunch of other people around,
yeah,
so it wasn't sketchy,
yeah,
but I went by myself and I like asked other people to take a picture of me at the top, and I like walked on this mountain, and then I came back down and I was like, yeah, that was fun. So don't, yeah, from what she's saying, like don't feel bad if one person wants to do something and you want to do something
yeah,
different. You're allowed to go separate ways and you can meet back.
yeah. Acknowledge
Obviously, make
that.
sure you're safe and make sure it's like a good area,
Yeah,
but
acknowledge it,
you can
respect
do that.
it, and then meet in the middle on them because you're not gonna get to do everything you want to do and you're not always going to be doing things you want to do. So I think that would be
Yeah,
mine. It's just keeping that in mind and like communicating, okay, where are we
I
going to
like
meet in the
that.
middle?
I like that. I like that. I agree.
So,
All right.
oh my gosh. So I know you have big bad plans. You're like texty because you've got some stuff to do.
Go eat some vegan food.
And I hear some guacamole being chopped in the kitchen, so
Ooh.
keeping that Mexican theme going apparently.
All
Um
right. Taco Tuesday.
ooh, is it
Well,
Tuesday?
thank you guys. It
We're
is.
recording on a
That's why I went.
Tuesday. Oh my
Wow.
god. So anyway, um thank you again for episode 4 of Are We Having Fun? And we really appreciate everybody who has shared our podcast, listened, rated, reviewed. We've been annoying about it.
Downloaded.
Like, everything has helped us so much, and we will continue to be annoying, but we do recognize that you guys are out there listening to our podcast, and we really appreciate that. And we do want to hear from you, and we want to send you a gift. Like, we've been saying that for a month, but we're really going to plan something, a little sticker, a little koozie, something like that, to send to you. So
A little gift card, something along
yeah,
those lines.
chances
So
are,
please,
if you even just like
please.
acknowledge the fact that you're listening to the podcast, like anybody who's
Yeah.
messaged us,
Just DM us. That's what we're
yeah,
saying.
or rated, reviewed, whatever,
Please rate on Apple Podcasts, review, share with a friend, share with everybody. Who cares?
back to our roots. And we'll have Mark as a guest next week, our very first guest.
Our very first guest, and he's not gonna give it away, but there will be a nice surprise on air for you guys.
Oh, I was gonna give it away.
Of the musical variety.
Of the musical variety. So if you listen to our last episode, if you are one of those people that likes to, stay tuned after the credits to see if there's a little bit extra, Mark jumped into the episode and played us a little song. So now we're dragging him in for a full episode. And we hope to drag all of you in as well in person. But if not, we will see you on the podcast. We are, I think, on all platforms, like 7 different platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, YouTube now. So we have the video aspect.
Catch us on Instagram at Are We Having Fun Pod, and on Twitter at
AWHF Pod. It was annoying. I couldn't fit all the characters.
It's the acronym. You get what we're trying to say.
So it's the acronym
AWHF Pod.
But we're on Pinterest. We're on everything now because we're setting up mood boards.
TikTok. We have a TikTok, guys. We've made it.
TikTok. We are going to be posting TikToks in the next month. We just really want to be interactive with you guys. So definitely follow us there, connect with us, and we will talk back. Like, if you comment or DM us, we will talk to you like a regular person. We will talk smack back to you.
Yeah.
So anyways, see you all next week.
Thank you guys so much. We will see you in person next week. Bye.
Bye.
Melvin took a GoPro video, and I just remember bits and pieces of that and being like, holy crap, how did we even survive?
That was a good time.